Thank you very much. It was really important to Chairman Ryan and me that, as well as a lot of our colleagues on this committee, that we set a level not only for 2014 but for 2015 as well, so that we could get back to our work to pass appropriations and focus on our other priorities. I've made it very clear the Bipartisan Budget Act isn't the deal I would have written on my own, and I acknowledge that the funding levels for 2015 will be very tight. So first, Director Burwell, as someone who oversees the budget and the appropriations process from the executive side, can you comment on the value you see in Congress having set aside the fights of the recent years and agreed upon a bipartisan funding level for the upcoming budget year?
I would focus on the benefits in two ways. One are the direct benefits to the American people in terms of what the deal did. By setting the levels in 14 and 15, the deal provided, I think, much needed relief in the sequester space that was paid for. So it was deficit neutral in terms of our long-term fiscal health. It did things when the deal was translated to the appropriations process, like ensure that there were double-digit percentage increases off of sequester for key things like infrastructure and Tiger grants. The deal also led to things like progress on making sure that states can get started on a process to get universal preschool. So across the board in our national security space, it provided additional funding for defense. And so those are things it specifically did, I think, that impact our citizens and our businesses every day. In addition to that, it is a process issue in terms of the certainty it provided. And I think we had a fall of much uncertainty, and uncertainty that caused damage to the nation's economy and its citizens. And so the certainty, I think, is an important part of what it did as well. I think finally, in that area of process, what it did is it shows that we in Washington can start to build the muscles of working together to move things forward.
Can you also comment on the President's Opportunity, Growth, and Security Initiative and how you see that complementing the 2015 appropriations process?
I think complement is the right word. One of the things that we have done is in the budget and in the 1,500-page appendix that accompanies it that came up today, you see how the President would fund priorities at the current 15 levels. And so it is hopeful that yesterday when our budget came out that the appropriations process can start and move forward. That was our objective, that was our goal. As you also articulated, while everyone signed and believed in the deal and we put forth a proposal to live at those numbers, we believe those aren't the right numbers to actually encourage the economic growth and job creation and opportunity we need as a nation. Therefore, what we have done is propose an initiative, and an initiative that would be fully paid for to express what we think is a more and better path for the nation.
Okay, let me switch gears here really quick. I've been very clear in my conversations with you and the Department of Energy that I expect the federal government to meet its milestones at our defense environmental cleanup sites. That's really important to me as well as other senators who sit on this committee. Within your 15 budget request, you cut environmental management by $135 million, with the Hanford Richland operations getting about $100 million of that cuts. I'd like you to explain that justification, and with that reduction, what is the plan now to keep the legal commitments that have been made to communities like the Tri-Cities in my home state?
Senator, the legal commitments are something that are very important and the administration takes very seriously and has put forward a budget that we believe enables us to do that. With regard to the cuts that are occurring, one of the things, a number of those programs are for pieces of work that have been completed. Having said that, the administration is committed to making the progress we need in Hanford and the other areas that are funded there to do the cleanup that we need to do and work on that. That's a commitment that the administration has made and we will continue to work towards.
Okay, well, we have really serious challenges in making progress at these nuclear cleanup sites across the country. We need a long-term sustainable plan for this, and I would like you and the Department of Energy to work with me to develop a long-term comprehensive plan to make sure that we are meeting the needs at these really incredibly important sites.
Senator, look forward to doing that.
Okay, and I just have a few seconds left here. I wanted to ask you about the health care costs that we are seeing, the slowdown in Medicare per beneficiary spending. I've asked Dr. Elmendorf for his views on what is contributing to the decline in health care costs, particularly for Medicare. Can you just comment on that really quickly?
A number of things are contributing to that. One, there were some things that were trending down. We also saw some of the decline that has come from the slow growth of the economy, but most of that is now going away. And the Affordable Care Act is an important part of what is contributing to those slower growth levels. And what we try and do in this budget is build on that by doing additional cost savings in the healthcare space, which is one of the fundamental drivers of the deficit.
Okay, thank you very much. And